You are tuned in to the Tarot Insight channel. I'd like to stop each and every one of you and let you know that I am thrilled with you stopping by this open live. Okay, someone is going through a time where, look, you've been through some really rough turmoil, some like tsunami waves. We're talking symbolically with some time, something that you have gone through, and you are on this road to healing. You still may have a little bit of baggage that you're carrying with you. However, you are little by little coming to a better place. And in this better place, you are going to be blessed with funds. So this is more funds. Your strength is coming out. And where is it going? What is it helping you to do? It's helping you to break the chain of ancestral patterns that are not conducive to your highest self, not conducive to your highest good. So you have become even stronger, and that strength is resonating from within. So now that you're healing, now that you are becoming your best self, a better version, you are able to offer other people more of a tangible sense of like being there for them. Like it's like someone to really be in their corner and nurture them and what they're doing, because your wisdom and your strength has all contributed to this. Since this is a live, I am going to be checking on what you guys have to say. So that's the first thing coming through. And there's also something coming in, this message for singles. So this is a sign of, this is a Scorpio or an Aries. And what's coming in has to deal with people who are likely to ask you out. All right. And out of these people, the ones who are more likely to ask you out versus waiting on you to ask them out. And this is going to be a relationship that is, just the utmost respectable. And you guys are going to meet one another's needs on a very real level. This is coming through with an Aquarius being the person who's more likely to ask you out than to wait for you to ask them out. And then there's the Leo, Sagittarius, Aries coming in here as well. And really what I'm noticing here is this fire sign is less likely to be the first person to ask you out. So you would have to be more likely to ask them out, if that makes sense. And then there's the Aquarius who is going to actually be the better lover in bed, as well as be the person who asks you out. So this is what's coming in. Like if you have this question between these signs of who is going to be a good match for right now, that's what's coming in. Also, for someone who you're pretty happy with the way things are going financially for you, and a message is coming in for you in regards to who is going to be the best lover for you. This is not, dependent upon any sign. And there is a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio who's going to be more likely to ask you out for this other person coming in. And then there is an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The better lover is going to be this water sign for someone who is in a period of, you're in an enriched state, things are going very well money-wise. And this is open to interpretation. So if you're trying to decide between these two signs coming in, those are the signs standing out. Now, someone is at a point where things are really not going well, and you're tuning in for some message because things are just kind of scary right now. And in this message is coming in that the advice is to be resilient, to hang in there, to hold on. Now, something positive that is in your near future is coming out with someone else realizing that when they're trying to cause you some sort of peripheral vision issue, some negativity, some problem for whatever reason, they're going to realize that they are going down the wrong path, that this is not a positive plan for them. For some of you guys, this may have something to do with just what's going on as far as spiritual enemies, just on your spiritual journey, on your pathway, that, it's here, it's being allowed because it's going to help you to come up with ideas that are going to grow, that are going to be productive, helpful to others, and also help you when you need it most monetarily. However, it's not going to last too much longer, whatever this stress has been. And that's what I am seeing here. So that is something that is good looking out with it coming through here. Okay, with the cards, just letting you know that resilience is key right now. And it's not like you're going to have to put up with whatever you have been putting up with for a really, 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 really long time or much longer. So hopefully that is encouraging to someone who you just feel like you were about to give up. And that message is coming in as a dire message, one that you need to pay close attention to because it's sent to help you in this trying time. Now, there's someone who is having an issue because you have so many choices. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure who to really be loyal or compassionate to when it comes to something in your corner specifically. Okay, so there is something calling for this bold action from someone. However, with all of the choices you have, whatever this bold action is, it could be, 2 movies, you don't know which one to play in, 2 theater performances. It could be something someone asked you to do and another person is asking you to do something else. The advice coming in is really not to be too vocal about why you make this choice. That's the advice coming in, and also a new vision. So have a new take, be open to new takes on what has been going on, because you've been considering this, but you don't want to speak too much about what has been on your mind, because someone may try to kind of like cater to whatever it is they think that you want to hear when you're trying to make this choice. This choice has been keeping someone up late. However, you are going to wind up making a successful choice, a choice that is going to bring you some joy. So that's just the advice coming in with this very difficult choice that someone has to make about something. All right, someone has had a lot of pain, and you are in this mode of stillness and passivity due to this pain of betrayal that you feel very strongly about, this betrayal that you have experienced. And you are going to be breaking an ancestral trait, an ancestral pattern in dealing with this pain. You're at this difficult point where you're making a choice on how to deal with how this person has caused you this pain, what to do. You have a team of people telling you, do this, do that. And you know the grass is greener on the other side from what they're telling you, because you've been listening to them, you've been doing what they've been saying, and you still don't feel better. The reason being is because you have to come from a place of evenness. Okay, so if you've been close to someone and something has gone on, looking at it from, okay, if you weren't close to them, if you were close to the person on the other side, like, how would you deal with it? Just considering all that as you make a judgment, that is going to lead you towards an answer that you're going to feel satisfied with versus one with error. So that is the advice coming in for someone. The energy coming in with the reading is one of really just being domineering in the things that you're doing for yourself. Being strict on yourself. Because this is some energy that is going to be binding for you in some way. Just being as disciplined, as diligent as possible. And that is how you're going to get results that you're going to be able to feel better about in the long run. So I'm just going to open up space for any questions or comments. I saw someone in the live area down there. All right, so someone has a water sign and an air sign. So this is a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Aquarius, Libra, Gemini who you are crushing on. So it's coming in as if you happen to have a crush on one of these two signs, be it a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Is the one who's most likely to ask you out and not wait for you to ask them. Okay, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is coming in as the one who, if you met them first or you meet them first, they are the most likely to ask you out for this person who is struggling with this. Also, there's a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo who's likely to meet someone and ask them out over this Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So if you have this earth sign and this fire sign and you're wondering, because you're crushing on both of them, who you should ask out, well, the fire sign is going to be less likely for whatever reason to ask you out. Maybe it's shyness, maybe it's something else that's going on that they're thinking about. But if you would rather kind of like wait and gauge whether or not this other person has the Hots for you the same way. I'm letting you know that this earth sign here of Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo is going to be highly likely to ask you out, whether or not you ask them. So if you kind of just want to wait that out, it is highly likely that they will be asking you out. All right. So if you were crushing on them both, that's what I am noticing coming in here. All right, for a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, there is another Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio who is contented around you. And then there's a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries person who is upset. This person is nearby or around you, and they're not as contented. They're not so contented about something or another that's going on, just so that you'll recognize that and see how they're feeling, how they're coming at you from a mile away. Also, something that you're doing is actually rubbing a different Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio person the wrong way for some reason. So that is a message coming in for someone presently. Now, I am getting some information coming in about deceased loved ones who, if they were present and alive, would have something to say about you or something that you're doing. This is for a Pisces. There is an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini who would have something to say about you or something you're doing. And this is someone who has already crossed over. For the sign of a Libra, there's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, as well as another Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. I feel like they might be twins or they're very close, like they're on the same side of your family, either your mom or dad's side, and they would have something. They would be very vocal about something that you're doing now. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. One family member who would have a lot to say about something you're doing is another Leo, Sagittarius, Aries person who has crossed over. Also, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, there's a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio family member who would have a lot to say about something that you're doing now. There is a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries family member who would have something to say to a Taurus person about something that you're doing now. It's like they would definitely want to make a comment, and I'm getting like that is something kind of hilarious, so it's pretty funny, but all in all, it would be advice that you could take seriously about something. Also, for a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, there is a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo person who would have something to say about you, something like how you're wearing your hair or what you've been doing. They would have a comment. Also, for a Pisces, there is a Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo, and it could be all four who would have something to say about something that you're doing now. And for a Virgo, it's a Taurus, Capricorn, or another Virgo who would have something to say, and they would be sticking close by with something that you have going on if they were still in the land of the living. So that's just something that is coming up for you to know. Now, someone may be a little bit upset because someone has just received an award, and this is an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini person who has this upset feeling. So do be mindful of that if you're around this person and it fits the bill, and they're upset because something else fell down or crumbled while you were acquiring accolades for something else that you were doing, and they see it as more important. Um, Even if you don't feel that way, the advice coming in about that is just to stay disciplined in doing what makes you the most happy and what makes you feel called. I mean, if you feel called to do it, no one else can tell you, hey, I think you should do this over that, because then you're going to be the one who's feeling, lost in what you're doing, or like you're doing something you weren't really meant to do. So this person is hopefully going to come around at some point and accept that. If not, this is something that you should do for you. This thing that you feel called to do. And that's coming through really clearly here. Now, for someone who is trying to break a chain that is negative, the advice is just to continue. You feel obligated to do it, continue along that pathway, and you're actually putting in enough effort to eventually be able to break this chain that is very bothersome, and it's not leading you down the right path, whether it's vindictiveness or something that you feel, it's kind of like just it was passed down, and you feel it very strongly, but you want to release it. You don't want to do that anymore. Just stay true to yourself and stay on that pathway. And this is going to help you to eventually be able to break this thing. Just continue feeling like you are. And that is going to help you to plunge further and further into that obligation to where you eventually are able to break that chain. All right. And that is where you are headed. Just so you know.